We've had a strong 4.4 magnitude earthquake in the erupting La Palma volcano of the Canary Islands. USGS has it as at 4.5. This is the biggest quake since the eruption started about 3 weeks ago, and it's ongoing. And we'll see the details on volcano discovery. It's in Spanish. Of course, these Canary Islands are located off the western coast of Africa, and they belong to Spain. So this page will be the volcano discovery will be in Spanish. But anyway, we'll look at it's a tremendous swarm of earthquakes, the biggest one being 4.4, and it's erupting. It's level red, and there's over, I don't know how many earthquakes, 60 earthquakes, ranging, the latest one was 3.4 at a depth of 11 kilometers. It's about, 6 miles down. Then we had 3.3, but going back down, like, what was it? 4.2, 37 kilometers down. 4.4, 36 kilometers down. 4.4, and what else? They keep going. 4.1, the day before, 4.1, the same day. 3.6, 3.6, a lot of 3.4s, 3.6, 4.3 on October 10th. So this one, 4.0 October 10th, 4.1 October 10th. So, we've had a tremendous number of earthquakes keep going, and they're not small. This is the strongest earthquake, as we said, from the onset of the eruptions. And Spain's Geographic Institute says that the Cumbre Vieja volcano is continuing to spout out its lava. And also we have these tremendous amount of black volcanic ash covering the island. And they're trying to get roads cleared out, pushing this ash away, tons of it. Let's take a look at volcano discovery. Finally, support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below. Okay, here we have an animation. Let's go back to the original of it. The animation of the eruption. This is on Wikipedia, and you can see the earthquakes basically going from the center towards the, 19th of September. Let's go again. Start from the center there and going towards the west, and then towards the northwest. You can see that right there. Okay, so here we are on volcano discovery, and these are our earthquakes. Let's go in a little bit more. And as you can see, it's a tremendous amount of activity, and it's code red. It's erupting. The biggest is the 4.4 in the La Palma. Okay, the Canary Islands belonging to Spain. And these are the earthquakes, the latest one being 3.4 magnitude, 11 kilometers depth, 3.3, 3.5, 3.4, 4.2, this one. This is all today. And going down to the, a few hours ago, 4.4. And you can see how many earthquakes, 3.9, and then on the 12th, continuing there, it's the biggest one there, 4.1 again, about 6 hours before that, and a tremendous amount of activity. And these are all, of course, volcanic earthquakes. Let's go to the eruption update. Okay. On the 14th, following the strong seismic crisis over 8 days on La Palma Island, showing the youngest first to oldest, okay, the quakes. As the lava flows expand and advance closer to La Laguna along the northern margins of the lava flow fields, the government, following the PEVOLCA plan, ordered new evacuations in the most threatened areas of eastern Laguna. The affected area to the south of Camino means, oven. Camino de la Cruz Chica at the junction with Camino Los Campitos, along with Camino Mora Cabrito, until reaching the LP2 in Los Llanos de Aridane. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is the area of the lava flow. Eruption updates the day before. The eruption continues at high levels with no significant change and no end in sight. So obviously this is going to be continuing. Look at this. Look at this lava flow here into the ocean. Look at this new part of the island right there. This is it right here. Okay. So the vent, mild to moderate lava fountains generating ash, columns rising about 3,000 meters altitude, that's about 9,000 to 10,000 feet. The lava flow emissions continue. The lava flows continue to expand the flow field at various fronts, in particular along the northern margins where they slowly approach La Laguna. Volcanic tremors remain high, suggesting that magma discharge rates remain high. According to the latest figures, the maximum width of the main lava flow is now 1,770 meters. The width, that's about 2,000 by 6,000 feet. The 1,408 buildings have been destroyed or damaged, and approximately 6,400 people have been evacuated, displaced. Most of them found temporary homes with friends or relatives, while a few hundred are accommodated in the Princess Hotel of Fuencaliente. Sulfur dioxide emissions, that's one of the volcanic gases emitted. Sulfur dioxide emissions, that's what smells like rotten eggs. Another indicator of magma supply rate, as the gas is released from fresh magma early on, is very high, estimated to be in the order of 17,000 tons per day. So this is the 4.4 earthquake that hit. This is it right here, as you can see. And the strongest so far, at magnitude 4.4, hit the island afternoon at 3:33 p.m. Wow, that's amazing, 3:33 p.m. About 20 minutes ago, location was at approximately 36 kilometers depth under central part of Cumbre Vieja volcano. The tremor was widely felt on the island. Other than this, seismic activity remained at similar levels yesterday, and during the past 24 hours, there were 19 quakes between 3 and 4 magnitude, and 47 quakes between 2 and 3. That's about 20 plus 50, that's 70 earthquakes. Smaller quakes, certainly there are hundreds of them, can currently not be detected as they are hidden in the strong volcanic tremors. The activity has been stable during the past 24 hours at the cone. Pulsating lava fountains continue from the more or less merged vents inside its crater, generating an ash plume rising approximately 3,500 meters altitude, that's 10,000 feet, drifting towards southerly directions. Thanks to the trade wind regime avoiding ash drifting over the east coast, the airport of La Palma Airport is operational again today, but 11 flights were canceled and others delayed according to local news. Volcanic tremors are high. It has increased a bit compared to previous days, suggesting continued high effusion rates of magma. So there's no end in sight, as I said before, of the eruption ending. The magma keeps on continuing. No significant ground deformation detected, meaning that magma arriving into the system is balanced by the magma being erupted as lava. In other words, the eruption seems in a stable phase at the moment. While most lava is going directly into the lava tubes feeding various parts of the flow field further downslope, The surface flow remains active from the cone opening to the west, sneaking its way along the northern margins of the flow field. Most growth of the lava field was from active flow fronts along the northern margins, threatening so far untouched areas. Additional 700 to 800 people from the area were ordered to evacuate their homes. So the earthquakes, number of earthquakes remains elevated, but has decreased to about 50% of what it's been in the few days ago. During the last 24 hours, there were 2 quakes of magnitude 4 or above, 19 quakes from 3 to 4 magnitude, 49 quakes between 2 and 3. The locations of the quakes remain the same at 10 to 15 kilometers depth beneath the central part of Cumbre Vieja volcano, with no clear trend of quakes becoming shallower or migrating sideways. Their exact meaning is unknown, but the most accepted interpretation is that they reflect magma intruding into the area, which in this case acts as refilling the magma storage system. This might help explain why the eruption has been continuing at remarkably steady effusion rates for 3.5 weeks now. Okay, and more images of this. The eruptions continuing from steady lava fountaining, and that's one of it right there, one of the cones you can see is coming down this way. Lava fountains, ash emissions, and lava flows. Today at noon, the eruption continues steady lava fountaining from the lower vent and strong degassing, and of course ash emissions from the upper vents, but is much less noisy compared to yesterday, to the relief of people living in the area. Can you imagine living next to the volcano, hearing the noise of the lava exploding and rushing out, and the hissing and the clamoring and everything? To the relief of the people living in the area, many of whom were terrorized by the extreme noise of the eruption in recent days, the decrease of sound intensity is not an indication of what state the eruption is in deeper underground. It's mostly reflecting how gases can escape and interact with the ambient air at the very surface. The decrease of eruption sound is likely due to an enlargement of the upper conduits after several collapses and other changes occurred in the vents, which now are in a more stable configuration. The openings are bigger now. That's why there's not that much noise. The noise is lower. It probably has no significance as to the eruption's effusion rate, which continues to be very high. The past day's activity changed the morphology of the main cone quite a bit by accumulation of falling material from the mountains as well as overlapping lava flows. The result is the cone overall grew significantly, and most lava now is going into the northern flow, which has been flowing the northern margin of the flow field, causing lots of additional damage in the past 2 days. Lava threatens La Laguna, forming a rather narrow front. Its rate of advance was very fast, about 500 to 700 meters an hour. This is now hoped that its channel or tube system will remain stable to direct the lava straight into the ocean, instead of widening the flow or branching off, which would of course put the town of La Laguna at risk. Seismic activity shows worrying signs. Volcano Science Hoy on Facebook based in Tenerife. Current seismic activity points towards that more magma is moving upwards, as indicated by 3 factors. Several earthquakes appeared in depths less than 7, 8, or 9 kilometers, so they're very higher up. And after the 4.2 quakes 2 days ago, there have been episodes of spasmodic tremor, with many earthquakes in a row that indicate movement of magma in depth. Since yesterday, the appearance of strong volcanic tremor at around 18 hertz frequency, thought to be caused by depressurization of fluids at great depths around 10 kilometers. And if these interpretations hold, there should soon be noticeable ground deformation, uplifting, inflating, visible in the GPS stations, which so far is not the case. That will happen next. In other words, the magma will inflate the area, and when this new magma pulse reaches the surface, when it will do that is unknown. In the best scenario, the current conduits will continue to cope with it, and the magma will erupt from the existing vents. And in the worst scenario, magma could open new fissures in the different area, even after another potential pause of the eruption should it occur. And in a scenario in between, a moderate scenario, new fissures might open near the existing vents, and new lava would erupt into existing lava fields, of course. No one can predict in the future what's going to happen, but for sure the evolution of the eruption will be highly interesting one, and the experience intense for everyone involved. Now, we know that these two islands are the new ones. The eruption of La Palma. It started on September 2021. Cumbre Vieja volcano. There we go. That's it again. That's a satellite image of it. Look at the center of the. You can see the center of the. This is where the explosion is happening now. Okay, so the eruption first initially evacuated over 6,000 people, with lava flow wide reaching the sea, destroying more than 1,100 buildings. And this we saw before. Well, okay, let's go. There we go. Those are all the earthquakes. Okay. Yes. The earthquake swarm under Cumbre Vieja in La Palma, September 11th, slowly migrated to the surface, with earthquakes of up to around magnitude 3.5, more than 22,000 earthquakes recorded in 1 week. The yellow warning, potential volcanic activity, changed to red. At least 40 individuals and some livestock were evacuated by authorities at that warning. So the eruption, human impact, we'd have human impact. No one has loss of life, thank goodness. The eruption, September 20th, look at that. Okay, and there we have the lava flow between the eruption point and going towards the sea. That's October 1st image. And here we have October 10th image. October 1st, October 10th image. Okay, October 12th, the lava flow covered over 595 hectares. The fire at the cement factory and the risk of lava affecting more factories and warehouses in an industrial area led to the confinement of 3,500 people in El Paso and Los Llanos de Aridane, with the northern lava flow around 300 meters from the sea. A magnitude 4.1 earthquake also occurred at the depth of 11 kilometers, and this latest earthquake, the biggest one since the eruption started, October 13, the strongest earthquake since the start of the earthquake swarm, felt across the island, magnitude 4.4 at a depth of 36 kilometers. The northern lava flow began destroying buildings, of course. So I'll leave links below for you for this. And the next thing they're waiting for is the deformation, the inflation, because the magma is really rushing in and they don't know what's going to happen after that. We'll see. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. All of you around there, please be very alert and careful. Thank you.